Japanese online dating. What's it like? It's a never-ending downward spiral of misery that you have to actually pay to participate in. So it's just like being a Pokemon fan. Disclaimer before we begin. I know that you forget this sometimes, but the internet is not real life. So just because things might seem hopeless online, which they probably are, doesn't mean that things are hopeless in real life. And I have good news. You and we exist in real life. So things are looking up already. I also want to say that I know this sort of thumbnail and topic and title attracts a very specific type of person with, let's just say, a very high base power rage fist. I don't want this to be a super negative video, so I just want to say right now that the dismal state of affairs, it's not anybody's fault, okay? We live in a society. The system has imposed the pressures that have led to the state of the online dating marketplace? I don't know if that's the right word. I just want to talk about what my experiences have been trying to navigate online dating in Japan over the past 6 years I've been trying it. What I'm trying to say is don't blame women, okay? This is not like an incel video, please. First thing we gotta talk about are my base stats. So I spent a lot of time on this channel making fun of Pokemon for having bad base stats. But it turns out that, like a Hippowdon with a scope lens, I'm a hypocrite. I should have written a script that's really stupid. I'm a hypocrite because my base stats are really bad, at least for online dating. So in Japan, typically 3 things you have to add to your profile are your income, your height, and your race. There's no, like, part where you fill in your race, but, I mean, you fill in your name and there's like a picture of you, so you sort of have to fill in your race. Wealth! This one's really easy. I don't have any. Please subscribe. I should mention my weight. According to Japanese medical professionals, I'm overweight. I don't think so, but I mean, I'm not a doctor. My height! Depending on how many of my videos you've watched, you may or may not know how tall I am. I usually appear in my videos, but I'm usually up in like the corner sitting down, so you can't really tell how tall I am. If I am standing up, I'm usually in front of a green screen, so you still can't tell how tall I am. According to this graphic I made for one video as I was getting arrested for an imaginary crime, I'm apparently 8 feet tall. That's not true. But then in this other video, I'm destroying Celadon City, so I must be even bigger than 8 feet tall. And according to this video here, I'm taller than a refrigerator, and those are huge. And you know that this footage is undoctored because I'm not a doctor. So the question is, how tall am I? Well, I know the answer, and I'll tell you now. In freedom units, I am 5 foot 4 inches, and in metric units, I am 163 centimeters. We can just end the video there, right? It's over. Okay, well, you might be thinking height isn't everything, and you're right. But, and you'll see. Race. So, Japan is full of Japanese people. You've probably figured out by now that I'm not Japanese, at least not fully. I am half Japanese. There's a term for us called hafu, which it sounds like an insult, but it's not. It's just what you call half Japanese people. There's another term going around recently called double, because you're from 2 cultures, but I think that kind of goes too far in the other direction, and it implies that I have a 4 attack speed advantage over normal Japanese people, which is not true. So being half Japanese, I think, is overall actually a good thing. On a lot of TV shows, you will see there's tons of actors and famous people that are hafu because it's cool if you're a dude and it's cute if you're a girl. The half that is not Japanese is Egyptian. We could just end the video there, right? It's over. So I was born in 1994, and I believe Yu-Gi-Oh! Began in 1995, so Yu-Gi ripped me off, okay? I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that most Japanese people's exposure to Arab people is Ganondorf, a character whose title is literally the King of Evil. Not to mention that this sets a bunch of unrealistic expectations. I don't have any cool desert warlock powers. Like, look how hot he is! I can't compete with this! Now that you know my stats, let's talk about your actual options for online dating in Japan. Right before we started filming this, I asked the cameraman to please look up the price of pears. We're not talking about the fruit, okay? It is an app called Pairs, as in like two people, I guess. You and your significant other that you have yet to meet. It's basically just Tinder, but for Japan. In terms of pricing, if you're a dude, it will cost you about $35 a month for the basic plan, and on that plan, you get 30 likes. So you can send 30 likes to other people's profiles for the month. If you want additional likes, you can pay more money. For women, the app costs nothing. Keep that in mind, okay? You're gonna hear that again later. The first thing you need to know is what a basic Japanese dating profile looks like. I'm not gonna show you a real one. I think people signed up to be judged by one loser, not a whole horde of them behind the veil of the internet. So this is not a real profile. This is an imaginary e-girl that I created based on reading hundreds if not thousands of profiles over the years. It's kind of like a terrible manga series. R.E. I created a fake e-girl profile out of memories of real profiles, and now she messages me every night in my dreams. Volume 3. Gaiden. Every profile says the exact same thing, assuming they wrote anything at all. I like Disney. I like travel. I like beer. I like food. Please teach me English. That's every profile. I've just introduced you to everyone in Japan. That didn't take much time. As you can see, there's not exactly a lot to work with. Really? You like food? Me too! I eat food every day! It's almost exactly the same as Tinder in the United States. The only difference is everyone is Japanese, and the app is entirely in Japanese, so if you don't know Japanese, you can't use it. If you do know Japanese and you have $35 a month, you can try. You can try. I used it for about 2 months, and I got 0 matches, so I kind of just gave up. One of the things that I really don't like about the app is that because it's free for women, there can just be bots that eat up one of your very limited 30 likes per month, and you'll never know. It kind of feels like you're being fleeced the whole time, so I only tried it out for a little bit for the 2 months, and then I decided to explore other options. You know, it just wasn't working out. Assuming you don't want to shell out the bucks for pairs, there's Bumble, which I think is from the West, but I've never used it back when I lived in the United States. It's free for dudes, so just because of that, I vastly prefer it because I don't feel like I'm losing as much. There's definitely a lot more foreigners on Bumble because of its connection to the West, but there's also lots of Japanese people on it. I think over the years I've been using Bumble, I've gone on 4 first dates? I've been using it for about 4 years, so 1 date a year. It's not 0. And none of those led to second dates, but like that's not the dating app's fault, right? According to the cameraman, there's another app called With that he keeps getting ads for. I've never seen an ad for it, but apparently there's one called With. No idea how it works. I assume it's like Tinder. I think he's Googling With right now. Okay, well apparently they're number 1. It matches you based on your values. Oh, okay, so you choose 12 interests that you share and then you're matched based on that. And maybe I should try this. I can see beer on this. I knew it! I told you! We're trying to figure out how much it costs. We are actually doing this in real time as we're filming it. It's probably really weird to see in a video format. We decided to dive deeper into With. So there's a free version and a paid version. The free version, you can receive messages, but you can't open them. So there is no free version. It's worthless. The price is about the same as Pear's, but if you are 21 years old, you can try the 1-week plan for only 1,400 yen, which is about $12. But you also have to be 19 to even use the app, so you've got a 2-year window to get with it. I'm probably not gonna try this app. Alright, so you've been skulking through these online apps for 6 years, and you've had no luck. So then you decide, you know what? We'll do it live! What are your options? So there's 3 sort of categories. The first is demonetized stuff. This is where you straight up pay money to receive adult services. I'm not gonna say any more than that. The second category is sort of the wacky Japan rent a girlfriend, boyfriend, or even family service. Notably, this does not intersect with the demonetized stuff, okay? When we say rent a girlfriend or a boyfriend, we really mean they'll pretend to be your significant other and then you can go eat pancakes. I guarantee that you've seen a video about this that has like millions of views. It's kind of sad that we live in a society where people both have to pay to have this social need fulfilled and need money enough that they will work in this sector. It's kind of sad. Ah. And third is the category that I actually did, which is speed dating. I think it's exactly the same as speed dating in the West. I say that having never done speed dating in the West, so I might just be lying to you. These events are called Gokon, and usually they're events where you meet a bunch of other people, hoping to meet other people. You do some sort of activity for like an hour or two, and then at the end, you hope that somebody wants to keep talking to you. I tried signing up for one of these by myself, but I got really sad, so I ended up doing this live with an audience as we hunted through this Gokon speed dating website to try and find an event that we think would be fun to attend. The vast majority of these events are just straightforward sit down and talk sessions where you talk to someone for a set amount of time, then you talk to the next person. But there are some things about these events that you need to be cautious of. So here's an event we found that we thought might be fun to attend. It's the Anime Lovers event. I mean, yeah, I like anime, that's fine. And you can see how many people are attending, whether they need more guys or more girls. And this one, they needed more guys. And they needed them now because the event was starting in a couple hours. So I clicked on it to see if I could sign up, and I will let past me tell you why I could not attend. And then you can attend either as a single, or you can attend, you can register as a double battle, but there are no triple battles. Okay, and then, god damn it. All right, so if you're a male, you have to fulfill at least one of these requirements. Only one. You have to be above 170 centimeters. I'm not. You have to make at least $50,000 a year. I don't. You have to be a public employee. I'm not. Or you have to be a worker at like a big firm. I can't go to this. Whoops. Hello, yes, I import cheese for a living. But yeah, you can start to see why I don't want to do this in a solo setting, because I lose HP really fast. You heard correctly. I am too short and too poor to be eligible to pay to attend the anime fan dating event. Think about how sad that is. So the anime dating event is out, and on a lot of these events, there are stat benchmarks. If you're too short, you can't attend. If you're too poor, you can't attend. And I know that those traits aren't everything. That's what we tell ourselves. But here's the event organizers telling you they are everything. No poor shorties allowed. Ah! Well, to the people who organize these events, I have one thing to say to you. It won't take too long, about 1.7 seconds. Just stand there. So we had to find an event that did not have height or income requirements. And there are quite a few of those. This event seemed really fun. It was making strawberry desserts? I was gonna go to this one, but then I read the fine print. There will be no strawberries. On the day of, they're gonna use bean paste instead, which is also tasty, but I wanted strawberries, so no, that event's out. Next event, also featuring strawberries. This is strawberry picking. Now this seemed fun. Something I should mention now is that most of these events are quite expensive for dudes. If you're male, you're probably gonna be paying between 4,000 and 9,000 yen, which is about $40 to $90 just to attend. For most women, it is much less. It's either free or it goes up to maybe about $30. So this strawberry picking event was gonna cost me about $50, but I figured, okay, even if it goes terribly, I'd get to pick some strawberries and then I would have strawberries. I can't really lose, right? I can, because you have to pay for the strawberries. The attendance fee does not cover the actual strawberries you pick. No thanks. Next. After about 2 hours of searching, it really just became a hunt for the best stock photos because a lot of these are really strange. You got these people linking arms in a field screaming about something. I assume it's happy screaming. Definitely our favorite picture was this locker room full of elite slugma males. So this event had a wealth requirement. You have to make $60,000 a year to attend, and if you meet that benchmark, you can wear a suit in the locker room with the boys and watch a football game, I think? I don't really know what they're advertising here. Our favorite event title was definitely this one, where it said, "Proud of your constitution." So to attend this event, you had to have a high con stat. That's literally what this event was called. And it really stood out because most ads targeted towards women in Japan do not feature like buff dudes. The beauty aesthetic, it definitely leans towards like slim and lithe. So it was very strange to actually see a muscular dude getting out of a pool. I guess that he paid 4,000 yen to get into. By the way, if you're wondering how you meet anyone, if you're anywhere among the LGBTQ+, I have no idea. Definitely not through one of these websites, because there isn't even an option. Everything is just for completely vanilla hetero pairings. That's it. There's no filters at all. Good luck. Eventually, we found this event, Fiore Party, which seemed like one that might work out. So it was only $45 to attend. And it's basically real-life Tinder, so we kind of went full circle. But you would attend, there would be these little booths, you would talk to people for about 5 minutes one-on-one, then talk to the next one, and then at the end, you would see if you matched. So, pretty much exactly real-life Tinder. So I turned off the screen sharing, entered my credit card info, including the 3 numbers on the back, and then my fate was sealed. The next week, I was going to attend the Fiore Party. So how did it go? Now, I don't have any footage of me at the actual event talking to people. I think that would be very strange, but I did manage to get some footage while I was waiting in one of the strange booths. I'll just play it now.
Okay, hello. Well, this is imported cheese, although not what I'm called here in the real world. The event is going to begin in 15 minutes. I got here a little bit early because I have to fill out this questionnaire, then I have to fill out a profile on this tablet. I'm in this very strange booth. Obviously, I'm not going to film any of the actual event, but perhaps this can serve as like a save point before potentially my soul is shattered by the events that will transpire today. We'll see. I'm gonna get back to filling out this tablet, and hopefully this story will not end in tragedy. Okay, I ended up cutting the video a few seconds before some guy in the next room started yelling. I'm a lot more worried than I was a few seconds ago, but we'll see. Okay, some guy in the next room is yelling really loudly. You can kind of hear it. He sounds very angry. I don't think it's part of the party, but I hope not. I'm really worried. You can hear him. Yeah. I'm not sure why he's so angry, but I wouldn't match with him. Okay, 1 minute until the event starts. I've completed my profile, and I guess I just wait to see who I'll meet.
I eventually figured out that that guy was demanding a refund, so that was not very encouraging. But after calming my nerves for a bit, eventually the actual event started. Pretty much exactly as advertised on the webpage. I just talked to 6 people, 1v1 for about 5 minutes each. Then at the end, I sent likes to the ones that I liked. You had a little tablet that did all this for you. You could like all of them, by the way. There was no limit on that. Then you would see if they liked you back, and then you would rank who you liked the best, and that would be the match. So I talked to one lady who also played Final Fantasy XIV. She did not like me back. I talked to one girl who also worked in the TV industry, which I found out because as soon as I mentioned I worked in the TV industry, she said, "Oh, it's pretty terrible, isn't it?" How did she know? Because she also works in the TV industry. That's why I quit. Please subscribe. And then I talked to 4 other girls who I honestly don't really remember that well, but the TV girl liked me, so I got 1 like. But I think she liked someone else more because we did not quite match. But because I got that 1 like, that is why you're able to watch this video now. Because that's pretty much the only reason why I did not just get super salty and go home and eat like 3 sandwiches. Definitely the worst part about trying to do online dating is the constant feeling of rejection. And I want to say feeling of rejection because I don't think it's actual rejection. I spend hours swiping through all of these profiles, hoping that someone will like me back. And then when that doesn't happen, it feels like, oh, they read through my entire profile and they judged me and they said, no, not this guy, but probably they never even saw my profile. It's definitely very taxing on your mental state. And I say this from an incredibly privileged position. Because using these apps, I always get the feeling I'm really boring, nobody likes me. But I have like an internet number that tells me that's not true. I even have real life subscribers. I think they're called friends. They definitely like me, I think. Otherwise, they wouldn't put up with the stuff I asked them to do. Like the guy filming right now. I don't pay him. I don't even pay him peanuts. I pay him in banana chips. It's not a legal wage. He could report me, but he doesn't, because we're friends. And of course, through all of this wallowing and blaming the system, never once did I bring up anything that I could actually change. Like the fact that this hair is pretty much uncombed. What is fashion? I don't know. Maybe my profile photos aren't good. I don't know. Maybe I should write that I also like food. They don't know that I like food. I should put that in my profile. So in conclusion, online dating in Japan, it's a struggle. But ironically, struggle is a move you can only use if you don't have any other options. But you do have options. You can go outside. And you'll probably end up feeling a lot better about yourself. It really feels to me like all of these online dating apps or speed dating services mostly exist to exploit the loneliness of men in Japanese society for monetary gain. I guess you could say that, but I mean, would you say that the pharmaceutical industry exploits the chronically ill, or that landlords exploit those who can't afford a house? Hey, wait a minute.
Huge thanks to all the mighty Patreons who made this video possible. Be sure to join the Discord link in the description and consider evolving into a mighty Patreon yourself. Thank you.